What's going on, you guys? Jay here and welcome back to the channel. So we're taking a look at the Binance side of things and we're going to be doing an in-depth analysis of how much they've been accumulating recently when it comes to LUNC and USTC, and then taking a look at where that could all be possibly coming from. We'll also be going over some other things that have been happening in relevance to the previous videos that have also gone out recently. So don't forget to smash the like button, comment on the way out, do subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notifications bell to stay informed. So if you don't know about the LFG reserves, they are a very important point going forward because of the considerable amount of USTC that is in there. At this current point, there is no plans that have been put forward by the SEC to do anything with those coins. Do understand that this is going to be something we're going to need to address in the future, and although blacklisting assets like this could be problematic, it's something we're probably going to need to do just to ensure that nothing happens without the say of governance. And what this is about is removing any unknowns in the future. We don't want to find ourselves in a position where they begin to liquidate all of those USTC assets and we had no pre-warning. We had no time to go in and actually inform the whole community that there's going to be a drastic sell-off. Instead, it would be a very substantial hit for the LUNC community. This is why I stand by the idea of blacklisting the funds and not burning them. Burning them is too final. There's too many repercussions, and the legal implications that actually surround the LFG reserves are quite substantial. Like I said, this is all about putting power back into our court. Okay, now you know where 31% of the USTC supply lies. Let's go over quickly and take a peek at LUNC. Binance currently hold 2.33 trillion LUNC. That's 41% of the circulating supply. This isn't a small amount. This isn't a significant amount. This is an insane amount for any CEX to hold when it comes to the native asset of our blockchain. This doesn't look like it's user accumulation. This is a supposed dead chain. Let's flick over and take a look at the top USTC holders. And when it comes to Binance, they're currently holding just under 2.5 billion USTC. This puts them at around 42.2% of that circulating supply. Once again, not a small amount, not a significant amount. This is an insane amount for any CEX to be accumulating of any coins out there. But once again, we're not seeing that with other coins. We're not seeing Binance go out and perform these monthly burns that they have absolutely nothing to gain from, that they do not promote, that they do not prosper from in any way. It's just a very silent method of burning and accumulation, and this is making us all very interested. It's leading us to these videos where we're just diving into things and it's all relevant. We're seeing crazy levels of accumulation over here on LUNC when we're actually going in and taking a look at the balance sheets for these wallets. What we've got here is the LUNC chart, and we can see there's this significant jump upwards around the 29th of the 7th this year. So this is actually a significant date because during this time we saw the BTC Turk hack. This happened in June, so it was a month before we see that sharp increase over on the Binance wallets for both USTC and LUNC. So that would explain why there's been such a substantial influx in Binance related assets. Something a lot of people are missing when it comes down to the relevance of the BTC Turk hack and the influx of those assets on Binance is BTC Turk claim that the hack resulted in a majority of their LUNC assets being sent to Binance. But we don't actually see the influx until a month later. So how could they see the majority of their assets move to Binance, but not actually move to Binance on the record systems, on the metric tools that actually gauge data directly from the blockchain, which is a mutable technology that cannot be fooled? So does this mean that those assets still belong to the supposed users over on BTC Turk? Or does this mean that they just now belong to Binance? Well, nobody knows because Binance isn't talking as normal. I just want to take a quick second to thank Margex again for sponsoring the channel this month. As a trader, I know how important privacy is, which is why I chose to work with Margex to begin with. I don't have to worry about sharing my personal information, there's no KYC required, and the platform offers up to 100x leverage, all while knowing my identity has never been revealed. The interface is incredibly user-friendly, and it's making it easier for me to navigate and execute my trades. So if you're looking for a reliable, private, and efficient trading experience, Margex is definitely the way to go. I'll leave links to sign up in the description below. Grab yourself a bonus now, and let's get back to the video. So if we flick back here and take a look at the USTC side of things, we can see once again there is a sharp increase around the same time. We have the BTC Turk hack popping off just the month before and then seeing that influx around a month later. So this is all stuff that really does start to tie a bigger picture together as to just how much Binance deals with Terra Classic assets. If we think about the current situation that is playing out, TFL are currently relinquishing control of all of their assets over to the SEC, and whatever they're not relinquishing, they're burning. They're going through and they're categorically destroying everything. Well, what I start to think is, once these bridge assets do finally reach the point of redemption and then they go through and burn them, it's going to leave Binance in an even more centralized position where they just hold even more of that circulating supply. It's going to completely remove TFL from the board, and it's going to promote Binance as one of the biggest bodies behind Terra Classic. And what I would say to everybody, and touching on what I had already kind of covered here, is the fact that they don't promote this. They're not going around and telling people that they're burning. They're not sharing it. They don't tweet about it. They don't do anything aside silent burns. We get rarely any updates from them. We never have seen these burns stop. And whenever the chain has done something that's put the burns at risk, instead of just halting them, they've coordinated with the blockchain to actually get those burns to continue. Whereas any other time we just get absolute silence from Binance. So from my perspective, this is all signs that push us in the right direction. What I believe we're starting to see is Binance sending us signs. I covered this in my previous videos on the channel, so I'll leave a link to those at the end for anyone that's interested and wanting to get up to date. So just touching base here on these wrapped assets, they are seeing a substantial slowdown. I'll do an update video and I'll get you everything that you need to know going forward. And it's the same for the USTC side, seeing an absolute slowdown when it comes to redemptions. And we could be in a situation where, yes, we do see just over $250 billion LUNC burn and 177 million USTC also get burned alongside it. Normally, I would say the past 24 hours have been unusual, but under our current circumstances and what we've been covering so heavily here on the channel, it hasn't been. And we kind of expected a signal from Binance at this point because they've done this in the past. Like I said, it's the reason why I started the channel. I initially picked up on what they were doing to begin with before they actually went public. So if I was responsible for that specific connection between Binance and LUNC over at HQ, I would go and I would send a large amount of LUNC over to the blockchain, and I would send it directly from the Binance hot wallet to a brand new on-chain wallet. And what we need to understand is, if this chain is so-called dead, why has someone invested so heavily into LUNC? Why has someone just decided that they're going to send over 16 billion coins to an on-chain wallet where they're either going to stake them or burn them, one or the other? This transaction, of course, has fallen the day after the monthly burn that Binance performs. So this really does start to get me thinking. So from the overall transactions that have been created today, there's been about 85 million LUNC burned as a result. There could be a lot more burned if the burn tax was at 1.2%. And trust me, these people are going to be making these transactions regardless. So if we just go over here and we take a quick peek at LUNC Dash and just get a broader perspective of this wallet, there's nothing to see. It's relatively new. It has been funded today from the Binance hot wallet. We can see that around 16.27 billion LUNC has been sent over in 2 transactions. That has reached this wallet, and that wallet has had communication with only one other wallet. So what I start to think about is how CZ ended up going to jail and how we thought the Binance LUNC burns would end, but they didn't. And what this signals to me is that CZ left a memo. He left some kind of guide instruction as to how things are to progress with the LUNC chain. Once again, we're moving into the halving cycle. We're starting to get to the point where everything's going to erupt. So surely, if you were going to be making a big move, right, you would be heavily accumulating that native asset and trying to control the majority amount of it. There's not really anyone out there that could come in, take all of the evidence that we've got here on the channel and go, this is the answer. I don't even think artificial intelligence could do it at this point. It's too complex, but there's too many similarities. There is far too many compelling bits of evidence that point towards Binance being some kind of savior for the LUNC chain. So to boil this video down, once TFL eject and they've burnt all of their assets and handed over the keys to LFG to the SEC, they'll no longer have any relevance in crypto when it comes to Terra Classic assets. This then puts Binance in a centralized position where they are the largest custodial holder for LUNC and USTC, and then also making themselves the top burners for LUNC as well. We then covered Binance's most recent events with then committing their monthly burn and then seeing the day after 16 billion LUNC move from the Binance hot wallet to a brand new on-chain wallet. And what we'll do, we'll keep touching back. I have made a note of that specific wallet, and if anything happens that's interesting or that you need to know, I'll get you updated. We'll get videos out there and we'll keep you consistently informed. So if you like the content here, don't forget to smash the like button on the way out. It's really going to help. Drop a comment, hit the notifications bell, subscribe if you haven't already. And aside that, just stay safe, stay humble, stay aware, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.